Parents of Taurus children, welcome to your tarot treat for 2 weeks, the week ending in the 30th and also May 7th. So we're going to do 2 weeks in one message. Your Taurus child has the Three of Cups. Exciting energy. There's a lot of fun. Mercury retrograde is not affecting them, which is great. I don't know how that works, but they are in a very joyous and happy time this week. Let's see how you guys are supporting them. I'd like to get some clarifying cards, but there's a working together. So there's a project, there's a get together, there's, you know, maybe graduation, there's a celebration for, some kind of excitement, a birthday even, now that we are in Taurus season. So happy birthday to all the Taurus children and happy giving birthday to all the parents. But there definitely is some kind of celebration. I don't know what it pertains to, but they're excited. So Aries parents, you guys have the King of Cups in reverse. I get the feeling of a stingy parent who doesn't want to pay for stuff. You're excited for your child, but whatever this is, it's draining. So it can be, yes, energetically, emotionally draining. I don't know if you're running around trying to get everything ready for this party, but you are tired and just kind of drained, not looking forward to it. Like you're doing it because, it's the right thing to do. You want to do it, but at the same time, the amount of energy to plan and to prep and to get ready, you're just like, oh my God, I don't want to do this. So I totally get it, and I feel for you. Taurus parents, you guys have the Page of Swords in reverse. You're excited. There's some things that you are keeping to yourself. Maybe there's a surprise, a small surprise. Maybe your child has, something special that they're getting, and you're keeping that information to yourself. I get the energy of secrecy, but good secrecy. Like there's something that you're keeping, you're not telling your child, and I don't know what that's for. Oh, so forgive me, did this the wrong way. Parents of, oh my goodness, I'm doing this. Scratch that. Let's keep this moving. But I totally did not. I don't want you guys to have to like flip flop and go back again. So thanks for your patience. All right, so let's figure out what's happening for our Taurian children, the 1st through the 7th. I'm so glad that I caught that before I went way too ahead or far with these cards. Okay, so for your Taurus child, I'm feeling this card here. For the week of the 1st through the 7th, they have the Four of Swords in reverse. And I'm going to clarify that. Because they were all celebratory. And I don't know if something happened the week after, where if there was something that they were confused about or just needed to rest, maybe they're coming out of the rest. Maybe they had like so much party time and they're like, ooh, that was a lot. They needed to take a break. 2 of Cups. Hold on. Okay. One more card. Yep. Okay. So in the 2nd week, ending in the 7th, I feel like there's a small disagreement. Either it's with another person. So either there's a disagreement, somebody says goodbye, but they're kind of upset or hurt by it. So there's some kind of interaction with another person where this person leaves, or there's no longer like this connection. Like the separation causes like them to be a little sad. They will come out of it. It feels like they're processing it and that energy is dissipating. Finding, I don't know if they say something to this person if this person does something, they may stand up for themselves, or there's something about a setting right. Doing this as quickly as I possibly can. So there is a disagreement the week of the 7th, or ending in the 7th. It causes them to think about it. Once they figure out how they're going to address it, they're going to come out of this energy here. But they have enough gumption or confidence or assuredness, like they haven't, in this process of like kind of thinking about it, they're like, yeah, they were totally like wrong for doing or saying that. And then it's like they say what they need to say, and then they feel so much better. So something that happens like after the week of the 30th, because there's this great fun, this great celebration, maybe, I don't know what it is, but some interaction with somebody, and it doesn't have to be close. It can be a friend, it can be a family member, it could be somebody at graduation, it could be a teacher, but somebody says something to rub them the wrong way. They need to stop and process it. Once they've processed it, they will come out of it with an answer and the solution. They will like confront this person or whatever and make it right, and all will be well. Okay, so let's go back to Aries parents to see how you guys are handling it. Everything feels gravy. The world has been reset. You may play a role actually in facilitating this conversation or talking to your child about this situation so that they can have the resolution that they need. Taurus parents, you guys have the High Priestess. You're using your intuition about this thing. You're engaging with your child. You're providing a solution. Towards this. You are also active and involved, and you have you're using your insights. So there's things that you're aware of that your child isn't aware of that you're bringing to their attention. So I see you using that intuitive knowledge as well, getting the backstory, having the backstory, sharing with that, and then it has a positive end. Okay, now let's go back to what we were doing before. So for Gemini parents, the week ending in the 30th, you have the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. Yes, you're going to be stingy. Nobody wants to pay for their child's graduation stuff. And it's a same energy. It's not that you don't want to do it, but you are just being mindful about a budget. Taurians love luxury things. So you're like, dude, I am not paying for that. Yeah, you graduated, but we're on a budget. We're going to keep a budget. Not because we're broke, but because it's not in our value system. You are not getting that. And I feel like you may be just very price conscious about the stuff pertaining to whatever the celebration is. As it pertains to the week of the 7th, you have the Page of Cups. So with all of this, I see you extending some emotional support, some kind of solution that helps encourages them to get to their 9 of Cups. For Cancer parents, the week ending in the 30th, what is it about this celebration that everybody is not happy about, but you got anxiety? I don't know why, but something is keeping you up at night about this celebratory thing that your Taurian child is so over the moon about. I don't know, but you're just all the thoughts. Who's going to be there? There's somebody that may show up that you don't want to see, and you're just in your head and just, I want this to be over with. Ending in the 7th, you have the Hermit. Yes, I totally get this. Having a Cancer rising, you're going to be tired and you're not going to want to be bothered. So you're recuperating. While your child is doing this probably will be exhausting for you. And towards the end of the week, you probably will be going in hermit mode, just to protect your energy and just all right, I'm glad that that's done. I'm glad that we solved this problem. I'm chilling. You could also be really allowing your child. I don't really feel that this is for everybody, but you could be for allowing your child to solve this on their own. I really don't feel that that's the case, but it's possible for somebody. But no, I don't feel that that's the case. I just feel like this week is going to be really tiring for you, and you're going to just be glad. You're still going to be recovering from the week before is what I'm feeling. You're grateful that your child is figuring this out. You're helping them you're helping them to figure it out. But once it's all done, you're done too, and you're going to be in hermit mode. So Leo parents, you guys have the moon in the upright. I think you're going to be conserving some of your energy, doing certain things on the sly, being aware of certain things that are not seen or known about the celebration, like preparation. So I see you like making sure that all the stuff behind the scenes is taken care of so that this goes off without a hitch, because you too like to partay. There could be people, energies, there could be, people who have ulterior motives, and you're just like going behind the scenes to kind of squash and curb some of that so it doesn't interfere with your child's celebration. The week ending in the 7th, yep, you put to death something. Something is resurrecting in a good way. So you probably squashed something or prevented something, and now you guys can get back to normal. Or I see there like being a rebirth, a transformation. Now that this graduation or whatever it is has concluded, now the next step of the journey begins. Maybe your child is graduating from high school and it's a new transition. Maybe they got, a new car, or they're preparing for college, whatever the case may be. But it's definitely creating some notable transition in your family, in the home, that you guys are all preparing for. Moving on to Virgo parents. Yeah, I'm just going to take this one. This one. So Virgo parents, the week of the 30th, you have the 5 of Swords in reverse. Coming out of conflict, being very, it's like you're being very adamant to squash crap. I just see you like letting something go. Maybe there was a conflict, you're letting, or maybe there's been a conflict in the past with somebody in particular, and you were just choosing for the sake of your child to let it go and truly let it go for real, especially during Mercury retrograde, The first thing that's what's coming to mind. There's somebody from the past. There's a family member, a woman that you're not really excited about being around. In the past, they've caused issues, and somehow this week you are choosing to not replay that as you're entering this Mercury, or as you're in this Mercury retrograde dynamic. You're just like, no. Mercury rules your sign. So I know that sometimes Mercury retrograde can or may upset you, but you're choosing to just, let bygones be bygones. Just put down your swords, and let something go. Like truly, truly in a deep, meaningful way. For the sake of your child, this isn't worth it, is what I'm getting. Through the 7th, yeah. There's some pain. It could be your mother, but I'm getting a sense of like either something still does happen that causes you to replay past memories. This is a hard emotional week for you. It could be pertaining to your child. Your child is growing up, but there's some kind of maternal feeling of pain, grief, sorrow. Something is moving on. Maybe you get bad news, during this whole celebratory part. Maybe there was bad news before, and that's why you're wanting to let something go. But you're grieving a loss of something, and it doesn't just feel light, like, oh, my child is, growing up. It really feels like your childhood hurts. Something that hurt you and you're grieving and focusing on that. But just be mindful to give your child some attention as well, finding the gratitude in everything, seeing things differently. That's what I feel for you, and I feel your heavy energy. And for some of you, I'm sorry for your loss. Like, it doesn't mean that they're physically gone. Even if someone did pass, they're not physically gone, but I do feel the heaviness of a loss, a losing of a relationship, a losing of time, a losing of, you know, or just remorse. Like, I wish things could have been done differently, you know, because that person is no longer here. Libra parents of Taurus children, you guys have the Chariot. I almost feel you running towards something, nostalgia. I get the feeling in the sense of reminiscing. Your child is growing up and you just want to cling and run to them, and oh my God, my baby is growing up. So you're in your feelings this week, reliving the past. It's Mercury retrograde. So I do feel that for you guys. Going into the week ending in the 7th, you have the King of Pentacles. You are celebrating your accomplishments. Look how far you've come in terms of supporting your child. Look at your emotional growth in terms of parenting. There's just a lot of celebration. If your child is graduating high school, there's a lot of memories surrounding that. So I see you really in a feeling of nostalgia for the next couple of weeks. As we move on to Scorpio Parents, find some cards here. No, I'm just going with the top. No. Which card do I want to use for real? The top it is. I'm just feeling energy. So Scorpio Parents, you guys have the Queen of Cups, really pouring into your Taurian child. So excited for them. So loving. Just, you are over the moon, happy, excited for their growth, for all that they've done, their accomplishments. You are just so overjoyed because there's so much energy that you put into that, whether it's like physical energy or metaphysical energy, but you have been there with your child, supporting, rooting them on, and you are just so happy for them. The week ending in the 30th. As we enter the week of the 7th, you have the Queen of Swords. Again, continuing with that encouragement, continuing with, you can do this. I know you can do this. If your child has doubts pertaining to the situation here, but you're really encouraging them with their King of Swords energy. So yeah, it's a good vibe. It's a really good vibe. Moving on to Sagittarian Parents, the week ending in the 30th, you have the Ace of Swords in reverse. I'm just confused why you're not saying anything, why there's a lot of quiet this week for you. I feel like there's a lot of emotional processing, and keeping a lot of that process to yourself as it pertains to whatever celebration this is. As we move into the week of the 7th, you have the Nine of Wands. This is very emotional for you. Your child is growing up. Whatever this situation is with your Taurian child, you're very proud of them. I feel like you breaking down though emotionally, like in just admiration or pride of your child's growth. There's been some sacrifices. You've sacrificed energy to get them up to a certain point, you know, to this point or whatever, but you were just so over the moon, and just like, I just feel like this is a breakdown. Like, you've been holding down the fort for so long, and now it's like this time has come where you got to move. Like, it's just a transition, and it's just an emotional overwhelm for you. you know, yeah, if your child is moving on, they're going to college, or they're going to a new experience, or they graduated college, and you're just like, it's such a big thing, and the breakdown comes from you having to now reframe, what do you do with your life? You may feel like your child doesn't need you anymore like that. So how, you know, so it's this redefining yourself, and it just brings up so many emotions, especially during this Mercury retrograde, where it brings you to your knees, and joy and sadness and all the feelings in between. Capricorn parents, you guys have the Seven of Wands, so you're letting your guard down. I don't know if it's pertaining to the party, if it's like, we want to buy this, and you're, you know, or like just really stiff, and you're like, okay, fine, you know, breaking down or whatever, and going ahead to provide something. But I see you letting your guard down, to just be in the moment, to embrace the situation, to embrace the joy. You're changing, you're being a little bit more flexible, either allowing more people into your home, allowing people that you normally wouldn't let in your home because you don't like them or care for them or whatever. You may be like, all right, for this one occasion, I will let so-and-so come over, or whatever. But I just feel like you, in celebration of your child, the week of the 30th, you're just like, all right, we can have a cookout, or yeah, sure, fine, you can do that. The week of the 7th, you have the Devil energy. It's not a bad thing, but I do see you putting some restrictions back. So it could be that you were trying to just do, you know, give your child what they wanted. That person that you were a little iffy about, they were themselves. I feel you having to kick this toxic person back out again for some. I'm getting a feeling of beating yourself up. I'm feeling regret for some. But I'm feeling a sense of like, there is a heaviness that's back in the mix that wasn't there the week before. And it's not like a heaviness, but it's like, all right, back to reality, you know, like that was fun. And that, I feel like this is more what most of you guys will experience. Like last week was like, woo, celebration. And now it's like, okay, let's get back to the grind. Let's, you know, whatever. So I see you having to, and it doesn't feel good. You don't look forward to it. Maybe you took time off of work, you know, and I was like, now I got to go back to work, you know, on the 8th or whatever, sometime this week. But yeah, there's some kind of like constricting energy, and you're not excited about it. You don't feel good about it. You're glad that your child is good, that they've made amends, or they've healed and they're on the other side of whatever this situation was. But you feel heaviness, you feel shitty, you feel like crap, or some kind of really like energy of just like, ugh, the week of the 7th. And it feels just obligatory. It feels like it could be the result of just something that, you know, the consequence of something, but that's what it feels like to me. Let's see. Aquarius parents, for the week of the 30th, you have the 7 of Swords. Could be some sneakiness going on. Not too bad. It could be some information that you don't know about somebody that you don't want to participate. You could be like putting together a surprise party for somebody. That's also the case, which I do feel that. But there's some good secrets. And there may be some secrets that surprise you. So you may be planning something for your child. There could be somebody that's invited that you don't like, that you weren't made aware of, and that may irritate you a little bit. But there's most of it is just good secrets. Most of it is like something that's being planned in a good way. And just be careful that somebody else doesn't drop the ball so that the secret gets out before it needs to. In the week of the 7th, you are in between two decisions. So I'm not sure if you're just waiting this out. It's pertaining to your child. Your child is going to come to you with information. You're not going to know how to handle it. And you're just going to sit and wait and let your child kind of figure it out and get to that point themselves. Pisces, you guys have the Knight of Swords. You're all in. You're like, let's plan this. You have your detailed list, which is exciting. You're so excited. There's so many things that you're putting together. I'm happy for you. It just feels really good. And then finally, the week of the 7th, you have the Ace of Wands in reverse. You are probably going to go into hermit mode after all that energy that you put forth. You will be there for your child in conversation. So yes, you do have it in reverse. But I feel you like keeping your energy to yourself. Like towards the end of this, once this is all over, I do feel you just like, I believe it was Cancer, going into hermit mode. So that is your reading for the next 2 weeks. And if you guys are interested in having a personal reading for yourself or for your child, you can connect with me on Instagram, and all that information will be below. You can direct message me with one question. You get 7 cards for $10, and it's 15 minutes worth of reading time. So I hope you will take advantage of that, and then we'll see you again soon. Take care.